Nassir, down front, right here. Head down. There you go.
How you doing?
Dwayne Rankin, Arizona Republic. Welcome to
Thank you.
Phoenix. Just curious, when you found out about the trade, what was your initial reaction to the trade?
The first thing that I asked when he told me that I was being traded, I was like, "What's the trade?" You know, I wanted to know like who Portland was getting, if anybody else from Portland was going with me, where Dame was going. I was like, I had no idea the details of the trade because I was in actually like working out when it happened, so I was kind of caught off guard. Like I was sweating, my blood was flowing, so it was a lot going on. But yeah, my first reaction was like, damn. But then I was like, well, so what's going on? Like, where's Dame going? Where I'm like, who's coming with me? And then, yeah.
Found out that it was going to be Nurkic and Keon, and then Grayson was coming from Milwaukee, and Dame was going to Milwaukee, and you know, but what were you? And DeAndre was coming to Portland. What were you thinking after you got all that information?
I mean, I feel like, honestly, looking at it objectively, I think every team kind of got what they were seeking. Portland, wanted some athletic bigs and that could run and move and stuff like that. Phoenix, I feel like needed some depth, and I feel like they got that. With me, Keon, and Grayson, and Nurkic coming in, obviously. And I think obviously, Dame's top 75 player. Teaming up with Giannis, Brook, and Chris, and he has that capability of taking them to another level. So I feel like every team kind of got what they were looking for. So I think everybody was relatively happy.
A quick follow on the depth part, and I've said you would be part of that, and being able to guard multiple guys, threes, fours, twos. How much do you feel like that part of your game will help you get on the floor and be a part of the rotation?
I think it's very important. As you guys know, we got some guys that can put the ball in the hoop. So you're gonna need guys that can do the other stuff. You got me, Josh. Really good defenders. I'm a really good three-point shooter as well. I've improved my shot over the years. So I think with that, I can also relieve pressure. If you send those double teams, having guys that can knock down those open shots is something that helps. So just being able to affect the game, both sides, bringing energy, doing the dirty work, I think is super useful for the team.
Nassir, Kellen Olson, Arizona Sports. Nice to meet you. Welcome to the Valley. I saw your Twitter interaction earlier with Mikal Bridges. He is a very beloved guy around here. Can you tell us a little bit about your relationship with Cal?
Yeah, I met Mikal a couple years ago, 2 or 3 years ago. We were training together in Utah. Man, we just clicked, man. He was super cool dude, super funny. We actually were on vacation another time in Mexico, so we've had interactions over the years. Super good dude, man. Super good dude. I didn't realize he wore 25 until some of the fans brought it to my attention. The jersey number list wasn't that there wasn't a lot of numbers available. I was just trying to scramble around, and I was like, I was the 25th pick, so it made sense. And it just kind of happened to fall that way.
Another question just in terms of your role on this team. With the way that it's shaped, there's the big three, but then there's a need for not only like that fifth spot, but defense in particular with what you do on the floor and what you do well. Do you feel like this is sort of a perfect mesh, not only to have this role open on a team, but a team that's going to contend for a championship as well?
Yeah, for sure. Looking at it, I think I can, fit into that seamlessly. Being able to affect the game both sides, defensively, offensively. I think it just makes sense. Obviously, nothing's given. I got to come in here and, whatever I did in Portland don't matter here. I got to come here and earn my respect and earn my keep. And, I'm willing to do that.
Hey, Nassir, Gerald Bourguet, nice to meet you. Welcome to the Valley.
Thank you.
I'm just curious, coming off a season where you dealt with some injuries and it probably didn't go the way that you wanted it to go, what are you looking forward to being able to prove and improve on here in your game?
I think, here, I think the little things that I provide to a team will just be magnified, being on a team that, has the chance to contend for a championship. I think when you're on a team that's kind of struggling, a player like me, I think what I contribute kind of goes under the radar a little bit. So I think just being here in a situation where I'll be able to play along amongst other good players and guys that, can do a lot of different things on the court and will have a lot of success, I think it'll just allow my game to thrive even more.
Hi, Nassir. Brendan Mao from Burn City Sports, right here in the middle. How did things change for you going from Portland to Phoenix, just with the different states that the organizations are in right now?
The funny thing is that, I was out here in Phoenix in the off-season training, so I'm pretty familiar with the city. I got some people out here that I know that I'm cool with. My trainer's out here. So I'm relatively familiar. I think, the toughest thing is just the timing of it all. And it caught me completely off guard. I wasn't prepared, and it's like, so many things you got to figure out in a short amount of time. And all the while, you got the start of the NBA season coming up. So I think, that's kind of the toughest part of it, is trying to figure out the life side of the trade, all while trying to keep that focus heading into a season. But I think me being familiar with the city is making it a little bit easier for me. So it's been relatively smooth.
Nassir over here, Trevor Booth with Clutch Points. You were a former top 2 prospect in high school. What has it been like carrying those expectations in your career, and what do you feel like this opportunity is going to do for you, having to play for championship expectations and everything?
Honestly, I feel like high school is just so far removed from the NBA. I don't really hear high school expectations put on me now. I would say if you're drafted top 5, expectations would be more, current in regards to your NBA progress. But, once you get out of high school, you'll have people tell you that once you get out of high school, nobody really cares what you've done. It's kind of all about what you've done going forward. But, regardless, I've had the opportunity to reach my dreams and play in the NBA and, stick in the NBA. So I would say I'm doing pretty good.
Hey, Nassir, Damon Allred, SB Nation, right here. I saw a tweet from a few years back that you liked to rap. Is that still the case? And is that something you picked up from Dame while you were in Portland?
Yes, I do like to rap. I love to rap. Love to freestyle and stuff like that. And no, I didn't pick it up from Dame. I've been freestyling, rapping my whole life. My dad was a hip-hop junkie, so I was always around him listening to all types of music. He would freestyle in front of me in the car, and I just kind of picked it up from him. I was always good with words, so I was, really clever with putting them together. So that's just kind of how I guess, developed my talent for freestyling and rapping. And yeah, something I like to do, something I'm gonna always do probably until I can't rap no more. But I just like to do it for fun. I don't think I want to take it too seriously. If I'm around in the studio, I'll record something, but I don't really, have an inclination to make projects and all that type of stuff. It's just something I like to do in my downtime.
Speaking of rap, Nassir, right here, Mason Wood with Backsports Page. I wanted to ask, you participated in 21 Savage's youth camp over the summer. What was that experience like for you? And when coming into a new place, what's the process like to get that sort of off-the-court stuff rolling when you come to a new place like Phoenix?
Yeah, I was at that camp for 21 Savage. Got the opportunity to meet him. We were connected through a trainer named Rob Allen that I've known for years. And it was just kind of on the spot. I happened to be in Atlanta at the time, and he just asked me to come through. And it was just really cool to be able to go over there and interact with some of the kids and just continuing to inspire, the next generation, because that's something I take a lot of pride in. And it was super cool to meet him. It's an artist that I've been listening to for a while, so it was a pretty dope situation to have that opportunity to help at his camp and meet him. And here, just gotta take it a day at a time. As I get into the city and as people start to know me and start to know what I'm about, I think it'll kind of organically happen and opportunities will arise, and I'm looking forward to it.
Jordan Spurgeon, Sports 360 AZ. I guess kind of following up on that a little bit, what are some things that you want to know about the Valley or possibly get involved in here in the Valley off the court?
Man, it's a lot of things. Phoenix is a very interesting place to me. I wonder why all the houses, I've been looking at, the ceilings seem short, to me. And I stayed at an Airbnb over the summer, and I hit my head on the light a few times, and I just was very curious as to why it seemed like a lot of the houses were like that. My girlfriend made up, I don't know if she made it up, but she said because the sun is so hot that the lower the ceiling is, maybe it has an effect on the temperature of the house. I don't know, but that's something I was very curious about. So if you guys know if there's a reason why the ceilings are short here, I would love to hear that. I don't know if y'all have noticed that, but, or if I'm tripping, maybe, I don't know, but yeah, I'm not, okay, right? The ceilings are low, right? Okay, all right, okay. Stay on your P's and Q's, that's it, understood. But yeah, the city's very, very nice. I love to eat ramen, so I've been, if y'all look at my Twitter, I was trying to see where the ramen spots are at, but yeah, man, I'm just, gonna dive in. I just like to go around randomly in the city and just like do normal stuff and just blend in and just kind of learn organically. All right, thank you guys.